Hey guys, this is Ark from Element Gaming, just here to show you my nice little monk solo co-op, whatever you want build. It's mainly tank. You're looking at shield sword. Gear wise, average gear. I mean, I'm not especially geared out, but I can survive quite a few hits, especially when I'm in 4 player. I can tank pretty well. The build pretty much revolves around you having sweeping wind up. So when you look into it, you got Fist of Thunder. That is your bread and butter, that's your spam. Due to the attack speed nerf recently, this is pretty much the skill to use on a monk at this very moment for myself anyway. I like Thunderclap with it. You can use others, but that little teleport, yeah, I'm lazy. I love it. There's a nice bit of AoE damage as well, including that. Cyclone Strike. Obviously this is your pull, so this is getting used quite often. I use this a lot. I'm currently playing with Mask and Unit, both ranged little squishy characters, so yeah, I enjoy playing this spec just to get them away from the trouble. It also works on blues, so things with chain, everything like that. I mean, when you're kiting, you're doing damage while you're pulling in with this, don't forget, so you can pretty much spam there, hit this once, pull them towards you, do a bit of damage, and run away again, using what I will show you next, which is Breath of Heaven. Nice little heal. I think everyone pretty much uses this at this very moment, but I like this specifically with a Blazing Wrath rune, just to give me that 15% increased damage for 45 seconds. I'm using this skill all the time, so that is pretty much 100% all the time, 15% increase. So it's nice. Sweeping Wind, keep this up all the time, as much as you can. In this build, you're not going to have too much problem with Spirit. If you have Spirit gear, then that's even better. But Fist of Thunder attacks so quickly, you're hitting so often, you won't worry too much about Spirit. You don't need to use it all the time, but I just love it. I do. It does a nice bit of damage. You get 3 stacks pretty quickly once you're in Act 1, 2, because obviously your crits are going to be coming a bit more often. Increase the duration. You can change that out, guys. If you don't like Master of Wind, you can change that out. It's not a must. I just like it. Mainly just for a few extra seconds, just while I'm running around. I know sometimes I'm lazy and I'll go pick up something rather than go attack, so it's just a little thing for me. Serenity, I think this is an obvious statement. So you got 3 seconds with a heal. Lovely. That's my bread and butter. I use that all the time. When it's off cooldown, it's being used. Mantra Evasion, that's another must-have. I use Hard Target rune. You can change it out. I mean, if you actually get good enough gear now and you get top end gear, you can use Backlash. That is a very nice little skill. Every time you dodge, you got a 45% weapon damage as fire to all nearby targets. That is a very nice little DPS. So when you add that with Sweeping Wind and obviously your spamming Cyclone Strike, you're getting a nice bit of damage out there, and the survivability due to these 2 skills, Mantra Evasion and obviously your shield, it's all going up. Right, so we're talking about passives. One with everything. I just think this is a definite must-have. I mean, my resistances at the moment, I mean, I'm only in Act 1, so I'm doing 500, 600 resistances to all. Just stack one. I mean, fire, poison, those are the 2 I tend to stack. Get one of them up as high as you can. You're laughing. Seize the Initiative, I think a lot of people have this anyway as a monk once you enter Inferno, because you just get one shot once you first step in this place. So your armor is increased by 100% of your dexterity. That is lovely, especially once you start getting up high in the dexterity. Now, Transcendence, I love this because basically I am spamming Cyclone Strike. My heals, Mantra Evasion, if I've got nothing to burn, Mantra Evasion. Because of Thunder, Fist of Thunder, sorry, is going to be your main spam. You're pretty much always going to have some sort of amount of spirit. I've never really struggled with this build, especially once you guys start to get better gear. You get more spirit in your build. Spirit regen is awesome. Sorry for saying all the time. Anyway, yeah, so Transcendence, I love it. You can swap it out. It's a pity the Guardian's Path doesn't work with shields, as I've been told, so that kind of sucks. Resolve is another choice. That's a pretty nice one. I used to use that when I was mainly full-on AoE spamming my main target, but obviously since I switched to Fist of Thunder, that works. I used to have Crippling Wave set up and Resolve. That used to pretty much anything that was near me, bang, 25% damage reduction. You can do it if you feel you're taking a bit too much damage. pop that, give it a try. I mean, this build in solo, Act 1, you're laughing. Act 2, I'm walking through them. The only thing I'm having problems with is those damn flies. That's all I gotta say on that. But yeah, it's a nice little build. You can change little bits and pieces. I mean, the runes I've set up is just my personal favourite. Not many of these are actually must-haves. That's what I like about this build. You can swap the runes around. The build itself is based around keeping everything to you. Sweeping Wind's doing the damage. Fist of Thunder is obviously doing a bit more damage, keeping your spirit up. Everything else is being spammed. It's a nice, fun little build. You can survive a bit longer in the dots, but that obviously relies on your resistances. So get your resistances up nice and high. Last thing I want to say, obviously, you want a decent shield. I've got a pretty shitty one right now. The only reason I'm doing this is just to get my resistances up a tiny little bit more. As you can see, DPS is only like 16k at the moment, but you pop that, you got 18k. You got Barb in the group, that's even more. You got Witch Doctor with his AoE spam, you got even more. It's just flying up. You want an 800 DPS weapon. That's a nice round number. Try to get that. If you can get life on hit, you're laughing even more. This one isn't necessarily the best in the world. I had it for free. I looted it. I'm not going to argue. It's got 110 vitality. So I could get better right now, but as you can see, I'm not exactly the richest person in the world. I spend too much on crap. But overall, gear's not too bad. I should swap that out soon. Yeah, so try and get to around about 20% chance to block on your shield if you can. It's a bit better than having the armor. I mean, everyone screams at the armor, armor. It's not the best part of the shield. The best part is obviously chance to block, and if you can, inside the actual stats, there is additional chance to block. So obviously, block amount is another important part, but try and look for that. There's a lot of people right now who are just screaming for stats on the shield. Shields, you're really looking at chance to block. That's all I can say. I mean, it's nice to have vitality and everything on your shields, but as much block as you can, resistances, anything like that, just get them up there. And that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, I'm not super uber stacked at the moment. I keep popping around all the time. I got so many alts right now. I've got Demon Hunter to 60. I'm working on my Wizard, which is almost 60 as well. That's 55, so it's close. But anyway, yeah, this is Ark from Element Gaming. You got any problems, any questions, just post them below. Like and subscribe, give us a shout. Catch you later. Ta-da!